Good morning, everybody. Today's lesson, we are taking last week's lessons and we are leveling them up again. So on Friday, we were solving equations where we had to use some algebra first. And then this time, we're going to have multiple angles. So even more angles than we had before. We'll have a few more angles this time. So the thing that we are going to see today is this idea of x or 2x or 3x, where our equation will look like this or like this, where there is a b value here. And so what I want you to think about is in our transformations, what did the b control here? And so remember that our period is 2 pi over the b value. And so now my new period, if we're thinking about like the graphs of these that we're solving today, if we're thinking about those graphs, we're changing the period for our graphs today. And so what's happening here is the 2 tells me how many rotations I'm getting. So if now my new period, when this is 2, is pi is the new period, it means that I have 2 rotations that are happening in the like 0 to 2 pi distance. So if it's only 1 pi now, 1 pi, so here's 1 period, and then pi to 2 pi would give me 2 periods in what used to be 1 cycle. And so to give you a look at what this kind of looks like visually, before, when this is just like sine of x, we have 1 full complete cycle. So all the way up and all the way down. But when it's sine of 2x, here's pi now. And so I'm going all the way up, all the way down. That's 1 cycle. All the way up, all the way down. That's 2 cycles. And so now I have 2 sets of answers, or 2 rotations of the unit circle in what used to be 1. Now I have 2 of them. And so then when this is sine of 3x, each of these is 2 pi over 3, and then 4 pi over 3, pi over 3, and then 6 pi over 3, which is 2 pi. We have 3 rotations all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. So this is 1 rotation, 2 rotations, 3 rotations in what used to be only 1 from 0 to 2 pi. And so this tells us the number of rotations that are happening in our graph. And so what happens when there's 2 rotations? We're going to have to add 2 pi to each answer that we find. And then we will divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2 to find all of the possible x values that are available. And then if it's 3 rotations, we need to add 2 pi 2 times to get the second rotation and the third rotation. And then we can multiply all of those answers by 1/3 or divide them by 3. And so this part probably doesn't make sense yet, and that's okay. So let's look at a problem and see how this plays out in an actual situation. Okay, so it says solve for the values of x between 0 and 2 pi. So x is between 0 and 2 pi. 0 is included, 2 pi is not. And so what you're thinking in your brain, just like last week, when you see cosine, you're thinking this is x over r. And so where does x over r or x equal? Where does x equal 0? And so on my unit circle, if it helps, we have a 0 here at pi over 2, and we have a 0 here at 3 pi over 2. And so those are going to be my 2 answers that I have here. And so remember that this is your angle measure. And so for right now, this is my answer. And so, or this is as far as I've taken it. And so 3x is going to equal pi over 2. And 3x is going to equal 3 pi over 2. Now I'm not going to finish solving yet, and that's okay. What I want is right now I have 2 answers, but this is 3 rotations. And so I need to add 2 pi, but really when 2 pi has a denominator of 2, it's 4 pi over 2. So 4 pi over 2 simplifies to 2 pi, but I need to add 2 pi and get the coterminal angle. Remember, coterminal is just the same angle measure that pi over 2 is, but 1 rotation later. So I have 1 pi over 2 plus 4 pi over 2 gives me 5 pi over 2 is going to be my next answer. So this is one answer. This is my second answer, but I have to do this again. And I need to add 4 pi over 2 again. So 5 pi over 2 plus 4 pi over 2 gives me 9 pi over 2. And this is my third answer. So this is like the first rotation. This is like the second rotation. And this is like the third rotation. But I have 2 answers, so I need to add the first rotation, second rotation, third rotation to the second answer as well. So on this one, I'm still adding 4 pi over 2 to get 1 full rotation. So 3 plus 4 gives me 7 pi over 2. So this is my first answer. This is my second answer. And then I do that again, plus 4 pi over 2. And that gives me 11 pi over 2. And so that's going to be my third answer. Okay, but x isn't by itself yet. And so this, if we go back to our instructions, when there's 3 rotations, we add 2 pi 2 times, which we've done. And then you're going to divide by 3, or in this case, since it's fractions, we're going to multiply by 1/3. And so here, I'm going to take all of this and multiply this by 1/3 times 1/3. 1/3 is going to get multiplied by every single one of these. So times 1/3, times 1/3 on this answer, times 1/3 on this answer, times 1/3 on this answer, and this answer, and this answer. All of these are going to get multiplied by 1/3. So here I have pi over 6. I have 3 pi over 6. I have 5 pi over 6. I have 7 pi over 6. I have 9 pi over 6. And I have 11 pi over 6. And so hopefully you notice that this one can simplify. It's really pi over 2. This one is really 3 pi over 2 and 11 pi over 6. So some of them can simplify, but they all started with the same denominator. So pi over 6, pi over 2, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 3 pi over 2, and 11 pi over 6. All of these are possible x values that work for this equation. And so now I'm going to actually graph this equation so that you can see what's happening in this situation. This graph goes from 0 to 2 pi. And so hopefully you can see, and we're looking at the graph of cosine of 3x, and we're trying to see where this graph is equal to 0. So I graphed y equals 0, and I graphed cosine of 3x, and so hopefully you can see that this is crossing that 0 line 6 times. And so every time we're solving equations, we're really just looking to see, like, where are these, where's the graph intersecting, where's this graph intersecting with this graph? And so there's 6 locations that that's happening. Pi over 6, pi over 2, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 3 pi over 2, and 11 pi over 6, which is the list of answers that we got algebraically. And so graphically what's happening looks like this, and algebraically what's happening is we have 3 rotations, and we have to take into account the first rotation, second rotation, and third rotation.